Hi, if you're wondering why I'm not in the shop in the winter, come with me. I'll bring you in one of my weekends. But this one is not a typical one. When I head out on my snowmobile, I wake up very early, at least for me. That way, I'm sure I'll hit the road before the traffic. At least in my small town, because when I arrive in downtown Montreal, it's another story. Yes, I need to make a detour into Old Montreal because that's where my son lives. And together, we're heading north. And yes, the scenery is way better on this road than on the highway. When we're at Saint-Michel-des-Saints, we can get the snowmobile out of the pickup. I'm pretty happy it's not too cold this morning. It took us almost 4 hours to get there. But now the adventure begins. We dress for the occasion and off we go. But it doesn't start well. To save time, I want to cross Lake Taureau. But we don't get very far. In fact, less than 14 kilometers. The snowmobile fell into a huge hole that I didn't see. This is not fun. We managed to get it out with the help of 2 other snowmobilers. But even if it's written on my snowmobile, I don't want to make an expedition, so I won't take any chances and head back to the marked trails. But just 1 kilometer back, I hit a wall. Not an actual wall, but it's impossible to climb it. I had no problem sliding it down though when I passed there before. So we're forced to cross the lake, but the visibility is awful as you can see. I go slowly and pass in a different spot. And this also helps. But our troubles are not over yet. When we arrive at the tip of the lake, well, I got stuck again. But in my defense, it's not easy to steer a snowmobile with a meter of snow and with a passenger on top of that. But at least with a passenger, someone can work while the other one is filming. Next stop, the gas station. I don't know if you noticed, but snowmobile trails are not as straight as an highway. After filling up, we still need to go another 45 kilometers before getting on the lake. There, Frankie gets off the sled to put the snowshoes on and walks to the cottage. Because with a meter of fluffy snow, I'm not confident to get there if we're 2 on the snowmobile. So while Frankie walks, I slide away. But even with only 1 person on it, it's not easy to steer where I want to go. And just in front of the cottage, I hit a block of ice. This was not my day. It happens like that to tourists every year. They break snowmobiles on the Quebec trails. But I made a great job of jamming the ski under the ice block. And as far as I can see, I can't see my son. I have no choice. I walk up to the cottage and start a fire. Since we're spending the night here, might have a little bit of heat. When I'm back at the snowmobile, Frankie rolls up his sleeve, figure of speech, and break the ice block. When there's no ice left, there's still some snow to remove. And finally, the snowmobile is free and still working. We won't have to walk up to civilization. But our job is not done yet. We still need to get the heat up. But it's actually not until the next morning that it was cozy inside the cottage. One thing for sure, we won't get any mosquitoes bite today. And from this moment on, we head back to the pickup. Oh yes, for your information, every 30 kilometers we switch drivers. That way, both of us can hold the heated handles. and eventually we're where everything started. This was 2 fantastic days filled with a lot of emotions, and on top of that, we were able to make a nice ride. But we still need to go back home. This was quite long. We were stuck behind snowplows for more than 1 hour. But I was happy, because the pickup dashboard lit up like a Christmas tree, and I was happy not to drive too fast. I guess I haven't convinced anyone to come with me on my next expedition. But don't worry, we'll see each other soon on the Woodpecker.